Hi, I'm Professor Ritual. Welcome to the Retrospective. If you like what you see, feel free to like, subscribe or share. And maybe a back episode piques your interest. This story is not about ice hockey. It's about agility and teamwork. It's a story about how past merits or fancy titles won't matter on the road to success. We'll be checking if any generic team building principles could be leveraged from the World Championships 2019. Like writing good software requires craftsmanship, playing well in sports requires the same. Without technical skills, this soft saucer pass would fail. And without analytical skills, that number 58 would not have been there to receive the pass in the first place. This is Team Finland just before flying to Slovakia for the Ice Hockey Worlds 2019. They had 18 rookies on board and only 2 NHL players. Most Finns were skeptical about sending out a team so young and so inexperienced. Finland came in with 2 NHL players, Russia with 14, Sweden with 21 and Canada with 25, or practically their whole team. Furthermore, their image had big dents from the get-go. Their goalie was called by many as the unknown young guy, and their captain was called by many as too slow and clumsy for international games. Nobody believed in their chances. But yet, in the final game,
he's bumped by Turris, time winding down. And a most unlikely team wins a most unlikely world champion. The Finns have won the world championship in Bratislava.
Here are 5 powerful tools Team Finland used for their success. There are other aspects to teams, but these 5 I'd like to highlight today. Each of them is applicable to Agile teams. Let's go through them one by one. Preparation. For a 2-week Worlds tournament, Team Finland went through an exceptionally long 4-week preparation camp. Each week they played at least 2 friendlies and named players into the tournament team in an iterative fashion. Head goalie and captain were named pretty early on, giving them enough time to land properly into their roles. During preparation phase, the team is still malleable and coachable, but later in tournament phase, not more so. Contrasting this to how most companies work, it's project after project after project, often with the same team. On the surface, this is cool, but if we care to look into their history, we might find out that no team building of any kind ever happened. 3 things were clarified during the preparation camp: goal, strategy, and roles. The clearer these are, the easier it is to play together in a focused manner. Take a listen how focused this young defender was a day before the final.
And now it's time for the final. Is Finland ready to go for the gold?
Yeah, of course. That's the goal.
And who do you want to meet?
Doesn't matter.
And how will you celebrate them now?
Now, I think the recovery drink and some stretching and focus on tomorrow.
Support. Support function is an important yet overlooked aspect in team building. Team Finland's organization, deduced from its behavior, can be seen as a modern, agile organization. I'm using Niels Pflaeging's transformation terminology here, by the way. Individual lines composed of 3 forwards and 2 defenders and goalies are out on the periphery. In the core, we'll find elements like coaching, equipment, and physio. Captain's role is also more in the inside. The support ring or core is vital for any successful team. However, many agile teams I've seen are existing in a strange no man's land without proper support function. Team Finland was obviously subject to classical management too, but that I'd still draw hierarchically outside. In a true agile organization, it too would reside in the core. Another aspect of support is good old experience. Any good agile team needs senior developers, although their seniority might not be shown in titles. Even though the young players in Team Finland were lacking in experience, their head coach didn't. Namely, he already had 2 golds and 1 bronze from coaching previous Finnish teams in the Worlds. The team as a whole had experience. Having multiple assistant coaches, one dedicated to video analysis, allowed the team not only to analyze upcoming opponents, but also self-correct its own behavior during the friendlies and tournament games. Feedback loops and failing fast should ring a bell to agilists here. Teamgeist is something that most people like the idea of, but since it's not a commodity to be bought, many don't really know how to realize it. The motto of the 3 Musketeers embodies an ideal team, operating without soloing heroes. But in an unideal world, sometimes arrogant star performers don't conform to team norms. What to do then? Geoff Watts writes in his wonderful book Scrum Mastery, "Whether you look to sports teams or software teams, all highly successful teams have similar attitude to this. No matter how indispensable someone may appear to be, you may be surprised how much the rest of the team steps up when that disruptive influence is removed." During the preparation phase, Finnish coaches were surely observing the cultural fit of each player and thus gatekeeping the team against selfish heroes. Yeah, he's fast. When the tournament began, ice hockey expert recognized this one for all and all for one attitude created during the team building phase. Take a listen.
Eli yhteistyöhön luottaen siten, että kaveri kaverille uhrautuu. Tämä tekee kaikkensa, että tuo pääsee loistamaan. Tuo heittäytyy kiekon eteen, että tämä pääsee hyökkäämään.
They even went into value discussion.
Sanonta, mitä mä aina tykkään käyttää joukkueurheilussa, tee kaverista nerokkaan näköinen.
Juuri näin.
Ja tää Leijonalauma tekee, niin tää on niin kuin sanoit, niin yhteiskunnallekin tosi hyvä viesti.
Fluent leadership allows temporary authority to emerge. Classically, the first line or the captain's line carries most responsibility for all games. In fluent leadership, however, anyone can be a leader for a while. Any line or any individual can lead the way, and this enables creativity and courage. In one game, all Finnish defensemen carried the team onwards. Part of fluent leadership is personal, when individuals overcome their fears and begin rewriting their story about themselves. The young forward Kako and goalie Lankinen definitely rewrote their stories again. Captain Anttila, I guess he wasn't too slow for the international games after all.
Kicks it away. Oh, what a stop! Rebound score! Anttila, the captain, has tied the game. Jokiharju shoots. That was blocked in front. Rebound score! Anttila, the captain, has struck again, and the Finns have the lead. Mikko Ojamäki drops it back for Manninen. Anttila moves it and shoots, scores! Stick, centering pass, Anttila scores! Marco Antola again! And the Finns lead for the first time!
Non-reactivity as a Zenian quality is classically thought to be a result of a long and dedicated meditation practice. In an agile context, this relates to impediments. How do we react when the unexpected happens? Do we freeze? Do we get angry? Or what? Please take a listen how this young Finnish defenseman answers to a question about impediments.
There was a lot of booing during the game when you got a lot of penalties and Russia got none in the end of the game. What do you think about the referees today?
I think that's been big for us, that we don't care about too much about the referees because we can't control them. We just focus on our game, and if they call a penalty, then they do it, and then we kill the penalty. Yeah.
It's rare and moving to see a real team being formed. Think how much these young guys learned, how well they now know themselves, and which fears they don't carry anymore. They've seen the light. It's a real shame that many companies don't take team building seriously and thus deny young employees the opportunity to experience how a great team feels like. Before we get to reap the fruits of success with our teams, many hard decisions must be made. Do I want to get from or give to my team? Do I want to make myself or my friend shine? Is the age of heroes over?